I was in the second wave.
Oh, yeah. Can you remember what time that was? About 2 in the morning, was it?
Yeah, I think. Well, we left England we took off about 9:10 in the evening.
Ah, yeah. We were the early one, so we left, I suppose, about 5, something like that.
Yeah, sure.
And we bombed at about, well, sometime just after 10.
Yeah.
Oh, you were the first in the first wave then?
And I was in the Air Force warning system earlier on. But I had a training, so I knew where we heard through the radio the warning. It was really serious. Before we never bothered because it, you know, Dresden to us, who would bother with Dresden? we thought we were a sacred city.
Yeah.
Well, everybody moved the guns away, didn't they? No one ever bombed.
Apart from the guns, we always thought Dresden would never be bombed because it was such a lovely city to start off, and the industry was all outside the city. So that was our 100% belief we would be saved. On top, we had never any bunkers built, nothing for protection, very little compared with other cities in the Rhine or the industrial areas. We were completely unprepared for everything.
But by no means a military target,
No, and you can see that city, how that is concentrated, you know, inside. And to my astonishment, working in a Air Force place myself, that I would have expected to be bombed. And the industrial areas are all there, the arsenal where all the munition is. Very, very little damage, and the airport, nothing. So where is the answer?
No.
And unfortunately, the first, here in this Hauptbahnhof, the first raid, all the people which were stuck with the refugees trains were moved out. After the all clear, the poor things got all put back. And then the second raid. That's where you estimate 10,000 people dead on one place.
Yeah, sure.
I bumped into him by pure chance. I heard that he was one of the pilots who bombed Dresden, and that now he's in the peace movement. What a contrast. Incredible. Ask him what his thoughts were on February 13th as he flew over Dresden.
You have bombed our city, our town.
Ask him to answer honestly.
No, well, I say the other ones, I've bombed many cities. The other ones, we were told they were important for the war. But with Dresden, we knew that it was full of refugees and that it had not been heavily bombed before, so we thought it couldn't be important for the war. But we obeyed our orders, you know. But then a few days later, we were bombing another city. So we didn't think about it very much after that until just 4 or 5 years ago with the atomic bomb. Then we thought we have to understand what happened before. So then I studied what happened to Dresden, and we started this Veterans Organization for Peace.
Would you ask him something for me? Did he know the city was undefended? We didn't have any flak guns here?
In Dresden is no defense here. Have you known this? When you,
No, we didn't know that.
Haben Sie nicht gewusst, haben nichts gewusst.
Sagen Sie mal eben, es ist ja nach dem Brand zu Dresden ein Feuersturm gewesen.
Tell him about the firestorm after the raid. Just as an example, we had wrapped ourselves in soaking wet blankets. I was 6 at the time. They were dripping wet. But after running 300 meters, they were completely dry. That's just to give him an idea of what a firestorm is like. Well, take me, for instance. I was drafted into the army at 8 o'clock that morning. So for me, that day was doubly insane. I was 17 and a half years old. It was away up on Dr. Kurt Fischer Street. When the bombing started, I wanted to run away and get back home. We lived only 20 minutes away. But even up there, it was impossible to stand up straight. The garbage cans were flying around like plastic cups because of the rush of air being drawn into the firestorm downtown. Tell him that 3 of our sons lie here under the rubble. He came here to Dresden because he wants to do everything he can for peace.
The lady says that 3 young men lie among foreigners here of her. And she has lived in Dresden here during this time. And leitet jetzt eine Friedensgesellschaft hier.
He's come here to demonstrate for peace. They didn't know what they were doing back then because they'd been misled. The worst thing is that people are still being misled. So they'll fight against each other, even today. People are manipulated. It was absolute insanity to destroy this city.
Sie können gar nicht selber was verhindern irgendwie.
Ja, das konnten sie damals nicht.
Sie bei keinem Militär
sagen,
dass
Sag ihm doch nochmal Dank, dass gekommen ist.
Tell him thank you for coming here, that we bear no grudges, that he should fight for peace together with us, and that he should tell others what we have accomplished here in Dresden.
All best wishes for you, and we are proud that you now work for peace.
Wir freuen uns, dass mit uns gemeinsam für den Frieden
kämpft. And we are glad that you battle for peace now with us.
Yes, together.
With us all, together.
Together.